Hi, Tim Unkert here, and in this video, we're going to create a program that will allow you in JavaScript to put in two values. The first value will be some number, and the second value will be some number. And it's going to list out values from 1 until the higher number, and list all the numbers that are multiples of the first number. Okay, and we're going to use object-oriented programming in JavaScript to do this. Okay, so I have a file called multiples-yt.js, yt being for YouTube. And what I'm going to do is create a function called multiple. And the function is going to take one number, the lower number, and a higher number. Okay, and I'm going to say this dot number1 equals number1. Okay, and this dot number2 equals number2. Okay, and then we're going to have another method in here, and we're going to call that this dot is a multiple. That's going to equal a function. And within that function, we're going to have a for loop where we're going to start with letting I equal 1. And I is going to be less than or equal to number 2. Okay? And we're going to increment I. Okay? And during this process, if the modulo of I and number 1, if that equals 0, meaning that if you divide I by number 1 and you get a remainder of 0, well, then we are going to say that I is a multiple of number 1. Okay, so I'm going to say console.log, or I'm going to type console.log, then I, and plus, do a space, is a multiple of space, and concatenate on number 1. Okay, otherwise, we're going to console.log I, concatenate is not a multiple of, and then space, number 1. And let's actually add a period here for both of these to make them nice, so we have some proper grammar. It's not good. I have a 0 there. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know. Okay. All right, and let's wrap these so we can see it on the screen here. Okay, so that's going to be my function there. So we're going to say that multiple list 1 is a new multiple, and let's pass in two numbers, the lower number being 2 and the upper number being 10. And let's call now this function is a multiple up here. So we're going to say multiple list 1 dot is a multiple, and put open and close parentheses and semicolon, and let's save it. And let's now run this. So I'm going to do Control Shift and the approximately symbol, which opens the browser or the terminal in VS Code. And now to run this, I'm going to type node and then the name of the program, which is multiples-yt.js. And you'll see it lists out in the terminal numbers 1 through 10, telling if they're multiples of 2. So in this case, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 will all be multiples. And you see 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are all multiples of 2, whereas 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are not. And you'll see that they are not. Okay, let's exit this terminal. And let's now create multiple list 2, and that's also a new multiple. And we'll go from 3 to, let's say, 3 cubed, 27. Okay, so 27 will be a multiple. And we want to have multiple list 2 and call the isAMultiple method. And we'll do that. And then I'm going to go up here just to avoid confusion. And let's comment this stuff out here. Okay, save that, and let's now open our terminal again, and let's run this again. And we'll see we're going up, and if we scroll back here, we see 1 is not a multiple of 3, 2 is not a multiple of 3, 3 is a multiple of 3, number is a multiple of itself, because you can multiply by 1. 4, 5 are not, 6 is, 7, 8 are not, 9 is, 10, 11 are not, 12 is. We go all the way up to 27, which is a multiple of 3. Okay, so this is a way you can use a little bit of object-oriented programming in JavaScript to create a simple math program that will tell you which numbers are multiples of the lower number up to the higher number. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, as it really helps the channel grow and helps me to continue to be motivated to make videos like this. I thank you for watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.